When most folks think of the law, they picture dramatic courtroom scenes. Maybe a judge banging a gavel or lawyers battling it out over contracts or criminal charges. But here's the twist. Not all law is created equal, especially when you compare what happens on land to what happens at sea. Let's dive into maritime law, sometimes called admiralty law. This branch of law handles everything on navigable waters, the big blue seas, bustling ports, and even some rivers and lakes. We're talking about shipping disputes, collisions at sea, salvage rights, marine insurance, and the unique rights of seafarers. Maritime law usually goes to federal courts because, let's face it, sea trade is international. Plus, it's shaped by global treaties to keep things fair across borders. The rules are all about being uniform and specialized. So no matter what flag your ship flies, the rules are pretty similar. So if two ships collide in international waters, maritime law takes over. Federal courts, international treaties, and questions like who pays for the lost cargo, who handles the salvage. On the water, maritime law rules the waves. Now, let's step back onto dry land and explore a different legal world. Back on land, we enter the realm of common law. This is the legal system that covers your daily life. Contracts, property disputes, injury claims, and even criminal cases. Common law is mostly handled by state or local courts, and it evolves based on what judges in that area have ruled before. Unlike the uniform rules of maritime law, common law is more like a patchwork quilt. Each region has its own set of precedents and interpretations. So, if a truck driver makes an illegal U-turn and causes a crash, common law steps in, handled by local courts using state laws and past cases. Let's compare. Maritime law is specialized and consistent across borders, focusing on the unique challenges of life at sea. Common law adapts to local customs and changes over time, reflecting the values and history of each community. Both systems are vital, but each has its own turf. Maritime law keeps order on the waves, while common law keeps things running smoothly on land. Knowing the difference isn't just trivia. It could be a real lifesaver if you ever find yourself navigating legal waters, or just dealing with a tricky situation on shore. So, now that you have a basic understanding of maritime law and common law, let's dive a little deeper into something most people don't realize, that the United States has always operated under common law, a system inherited from England. Unlike some countries that run on strict civil code, America's legal foundation is based on precedent, meaning past court decisions influence how future cases are decided. This system doesn't just guide the courtroom, it affects nearly every aspect of American life, from business and government to personal rights. Judge-made law, precedent rules. In a common law system, judges don't just enforce laws, they create legal principles through their rulings. Once a court decides on an issue, that decision becomes a precedent, shaping how similar cases are handled in the future. This keeps the law flexible and able to adapt as society changes. Strong role of courts, like how the U.S. courts play a powerful role, especially the Supreme Court, in making landmark rulings, redefining rights, shaping business practices, and even making shifts in the direction of national policies. Unlike in many countries where legislatures dominate, America's courts are central in interpreting and shaping the law. Decentralization across states. Because each of the 50 states has its own common law system, the rules can differ widely. For example, Delaware is famous for its business-friendly laws, while California has stricter regulations. This variety creates both opportunities and challenges for companies and individuals moving or doing business across state lines. Freedom in business and contracts. One of the biggest impacts of common law is its support for freedom of contract. Businesses and individuals can negotiate detailed agreements, and courts will usually uphold them. This flexibility has made the U.S. a global hub for innovation, entrepreneurship, and commerce. Adaptability to change. Because common law evolves through court rulings, America can adjust more quickly to new industries, technologies, and social issues. From internet privacy to artificial intelligence, judges can apply existing principles to brand new challenges, making the legal system highly adaptable. The bottom line: America being under common law means the country runs on a flexible, precedent-based legal system, where judges' rulings shape the law, states develop their own rules, and businesses enjoy contract freedom. This foundation is one of the reasons the U.S. has been able to grow into a powerful, innovative, and resilient nation.